Oh, well, the floodgates have opened in the NBA now. We're going to get to the point where the actual trade deadline is going to have nothing because every team's already going to squeeze all the juice out of everything they could before then. Now, look, nothing is going to top the Luka trade to the Lakers, right? Shams probably hasn't slept in days. He probably couldn't sleep when the whole trade went down, and he had to put that out there and tell everybody it was the truth. But we knew that after that, there were other names, Jimmy Butler, De'Aaron Fox, that were in the conversation, asking for trades. De'Aaron Fox asked out of Sacramento and said, hey, he wanted to go to San Antonio, which is a team that is on the rise. San Antonio was one of my favorite teams in terms of a dark horse to make the playoffs, betting on them at plus money. And now you're not going to get that same value anymore that you would have had before the season. But what we know now is that San Antonio is no longer looked as a rebuilding team that a couple of years ago would somehow just fade in the fourth quarter. And you're like, well, they were winning and they looked like they gave up. Oh, that's right. There's a chance to get Wemby. When you get a transcendent player, everything changes for a franchise. Suddenly, veteran star players, all-stars, just want to frolic to your franchise. But let's be honest with ourselves here. This right here, these two, Wemby and De'Aaron Fox, the West is only getting deeper. It's getting tougher, and that's why you look at teams like the Mavs and the Lakers and the trade that they made. That's the domino effect. Everything else is now trickling down to every other team, looking up in the standings at young, talented teams like Oklahoma City and Houston, and I guess as long as John Morant can keep everything together, Memphis is certainly going to be in the mix. And you look at some of these other teams going, you got to be able to keep up not just for this year, but years to come. San Antonio getting ready to be another one of those great young teams in the Western Conference that's not just looking to win now, make the playoffs, but win for years to come. This is a great move for San Antonio.